Hey folks, how you doing? It's your man Tim Black. Welcome back. Some people are pissed off with me. You know why? Because yesterday I made a video about their friend Phil Robertson. You know Phil, the multi-millionaire with the reality show on, what is it, A&E? Duck Call dude. Yeah, him. Well, he made some comments about gays and blacks that gays and blacks didn't like. I made some comments to him that a lot of his fans didn't like. But most of those fans didn't watch my video to the end. To those people who came back anyway, I want to say thank you. If you didn't watch my video to the end yesterday, you would have missed me saying how I defended Phil Robertson's ability to be as stupid as he wants to be. People should be allowed to say however they feel. You should be able to speak your mind. There should be repercussions for what you say, because that's human. It's human to get repercussions for speaking your mind, but we shouldn't punish people for speaking their mind. Did he break any laws? No, he didn't. Did he incite any type of violence? No, he didn't. He stated his opinion. He was asked his opinion. He gave his opinion. Now, you can decide not to watch his show, but I don't think he should be removed from his show. I don't believe in censorship, and I hope people stuck around to hear this. I do not believe in censorship. Yeah. So no, I don't agree with him, but I agree with his ability. I defend his right to say how he feels, right? Because I don't want somebody censoring me and saying what I can say and can't say. See, some people feel that Phil Robertson has the right to say whatever he wants to say, and I agree with them. But those same people are very hypocritical. They don't feel that others have the right to freedom of speech. One of those people happens to be Sara Palin. Sara Palin defends Phil Robertson on Twitter, and she says, oh, we need to stand up to the powers that be. All right. I understand why she'd make that statement, because she's known for making statements that need standing up for, like this one.
Our free stuff today is being paid for by taking money from our children and borrowing from China. When that note comes due, and this isn't racist, so yeah, try it anyway. This isn't racist, but it's going to be like slavery when that note is due, right?
So, Sara made her insightful comments, that some people could take the wrong way. She went on CNN and she defended it. They asked her, hey, Sara, what about all the people who may feel a little bit sensitive about you talking about slavery in your speech about debt? She said this.
You obviously feel very passionate about the national debt. The other day you gave a speech in which you compared it to slavery.
To slavery, yes. And that's not a racist thing to do, by the way, which I know somebody's going to claim it is.
Don't you ever fear that by using hyperbole like that, obviously you don't literally mean it's like slavery, which cost millions of people their lives and there was rape and torture. You're using it as a metaphor, but don't you ever worry that by using that kind of language, you risk obscuring the point you're trying to make?
There is another definition of slavery, and that is being beholden to some kind of master that is not of your choosing. And yes, the national debt will be like slavery when the note comes due.
So you're not worried. I mean, I'm taking it as a no that you're not concerned about the language.
I'm not one to be politically correct, evidently, and okay. No, I don't worry about things like that, because no matter what I say, no matter what a lot of conservatives say, they'll be targeted, and distractions will be attempted to be made to take the listener and the viewer's mind off what the point is by pointing out, oh, she said the word slavery in a speech, and I did say the word slavery because I want to make a point.
Look, if you know bringing up slavery is going to be a hot button issue, why bring it up? If you say that it can be used to distract people from the core message that you're trying to communicate, why use it? That makes sense to me, unless you're using it in order to be controversial, in order to bring attention to your statements. See, soon after that, Martin Bashir made some statements. Some inflammatory statements to some, to others, a just comeuppance. Here's what he said.
Given her well-established reputation as a world-class idiot, it's hardly surprising that she should choose to mention slavery in a way that is abominable to anyone who knows anything about its barbaric history. So here's an example. One of the most comprehensive first-person accounts of slavery comes from the personal diary of a man called Thomas Thistlewood, who kept copious notes for 39 years. Thistlewood was the son of a tenant farmer who arrived on the island of Jamaica in April 1750 and assumed the position of overseer at a major plantation. What is most shocking about Thistlewood's diary is not simply the fact that he assumes the right to own and possess other human beings, but is the sheer cruelty and brutality of his regime. In 1756, he records that a slave named Darby catched eating canes, had him well flogged and pickled, then made Hector, another slave, shit in his mouth. This became known as Darby's dose, a punishment invented by Thistlewood that spoke only of the slave owner's savagery and inhumanity. And he mentions a similar incident again in 1756, this time in relation to a man he refers to as Punch. Flogged Punch well, and then washed and rubbed salt pickle, lime juice and bird pepper. Made Negro Joe piss in his eyes and mouth. I could go on, but you get the point. When Mrs. Palin invokes slavery, she doesn't just prove her rank ignorance, she confirms that if anyone truly qualified for a dose of discipline from Thomas Thistlewood, then she would be the outstanding candidate.
Well, damn. That's going to leave a mark. And it did. On Martin. He took a lot of heat for it, and he made this as an apology.
Last Friday, on this broadcast, I made some comments which were deeply offensive and directed at Governor Sarah Palin. I wanted to take this opportunity to say sorry to Mrs. Palin and to also offer an unreserved apology to her friends and family, her supporters, our viewers, and anyone who may have heard what I said. My words were wholly unacceptable. They were neither accurate nor fair. They were unworthy of anyone who would claim to have an interest in politics, and they have brought shame upon my friends and colleagues at this network, none of whom were responsible for the things that I said, and at a place where we try every day to elevate political discourse and to focus on issues that matter to all of us.
Now, Martin Bashir made statements based on what Sarah Palin said. He took exception to them. He didn't think that her statements were accurate or sensitive. And he made an analogy. He was forced to resign his job. And not once did Sarah Palin go to Twitter and say, hey, I defend free speech. I think we should have free speech. Not once. But when it's Phil Robertson who's on the hot seat and losing his job, she goes to Twitter and supports him. See, I have a problem with that hypocrisy. Now, there are going to be a lot of people who watch this video, and they're going to stand up for Sarah Palin. And they're going to overlook everything I said just because they agree with her politics. I'm standing up for Martin Bashir, not because I agree with his politics, even though I do. I'm standing up for Martin Bashir because I agree with his right to express his opinion. The fact that I think one Martin Bashir is worth 100 Sarah Palins, that's beside the point. I think we need to get back to reality. Stop acting like we're politicians. And let's start holding politicians accountable as well as our media. I'm Tim Black. If you like my straightforward way of telling it, subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. Get the word out. There's a new kid in town. Thanks for watching.